everybody. I'm Shari Sancholi, and you have found this week's Espresso, brought to you by Live Well Naturally. Today, we're going to talk about pain. Do you ever experience pain and wish you didn't? Well, then stay tuned because we're going to dive into that topic today. All right, let's do it. So here we are at my Espresso. I'm Shari, and this is brought to you by Live Well Naturally. So when I decided to do these little chats, they kind of felt like a little coffee break, 15 minutes, something sustainable for you and I. And I just wanted an opportunity to express my passion about plant-based products. So it seemed natural to call it espresso. So here we are, learning another thing. And if you don't know me, this gives you a little glimpse into my life. I love time with my family and friends. I was born on the not on the beach. I was born in San Diego, but I was raised on the beach. Still love the beach, and I'm happiest on in and around the water. Anything that has to do with dogs. We're getting a puppy in about 10 days. Music, travel, adventures near and far are what make my heart sing the best. And what I realized when I found doTERRA in 2018 is I already was healthy and I already was getting a lot out of life. But by slowly but surely swapping out my chemical laden products for plant based products, I continue to feel even better. I was blown away. And I have more vitality. I'm managing my asthma more effectively. I just feel like I have less brain fog and I'm just more present, making all of these moments so much sweeter. So I realized I felt so much better. I didn't want to keep it to myself. I wanted you guys to feel better too. And so here I am sharing my passion. So hopefully you get something out of today and all my chats. All right, today we're talking about pain. Everybody experiences it from time to time. And who wants to sit in it? Nobody wants to sit in pain that I know of. And also, too, we can swap out our old tools of how we address our pain with new ones that are healthier. So here we are. You know, I'm always talking about lifelong vitality. It's a trio of vitamins, um, fish oils, although it also comes in a vegan option where they get their omega 3s out of plants. So this would be yellow, not purple. And then the third bottle are essential oils for cellular rejuvenation. I love our lifelong vitality. It's a great trio of vitamins, all bioavailable, meaning that your body is going to recognize it and know that it's real food, processing it better, all of that. The frankincense, it's our king of oils. We call our boy Frank. We love Frank. Frank is really great for inflammation, which is often the the like the guilty culprit for pain. Because if you're having inflammation, our son said to me one time, "How come you guys walk funny when you get out of bed?" And this wasn't that long ago. It was like right before we found doTERRA in 2018. And we said, "Well, because I guess we're getting older. I don't know. Well, now that we use the vitamins and frankincense and so many other things from doTERRA, eliminating so many toxic products, we don't have to work out the kinks when we first get out of bed. Our joints aren't stiff. We don't like hobble. We kind of just get up and walk around. So, how nice is that, right? Aroma Touch Technique is in the bottom left. It comes with training. You can buy it just like this from doTERRA. Has fractionated coconut oil and 8 essential oils. It doesn't require to be a massage therapist in order to share this with your friends. It's a wonderful service. And they lay on their stomachs, massage tables easier, but anywhere. And you drip in a certain order these oils down their spine. And it's amazing way of achieving homeostasis. It's going to help your cells all jive together and feel great. I mean, it's a notable change afterwards. So what a lovely thing to do with your partner. You can also do it in a friend group. It's just really feels good. Bring it to your massage therapist. See if they'd be willing to incorporate this into their treatment. Wonderful, wonderful. In fact, I'm going to do a whole class on it someday because it's really brilliant. Brought to us by one of our founders, Dr. David Hill. Okay, and then the last four on the bottom right, if if you don't know a lot about doTERRA, it's likely that you've heard Deep Blue. Deep Blue is one of our most well-known products. From left to right, the first thing is their capsules. And if you're taking over-the-counter pain medicine, muscle relaxant, I'm not supposed to say brand names, but you get where I'm going with this. Those are all really hard on your liver. So, when I got into this, my husband was taking those things not frequently, but consistently. And I say, hey, give this a go and see, because I've never been big on over the counter meds. I don't really tend to take those things. So I thought he'd be a great um, like trial run, right? And now it's all he takes. It's really, really effective. He loves it. So I really encourage you to give it a go. Your body will really thank you. Next to that is the deep blue essential oil. You can put drops of it in Epsom salts and take a soak that way. You lots of ways you can enjoy the oil. What's more common are the last two products. There's the deep blue stick that they paired up with copaiba. Copaiba has an interesting thing about it. It's an oil that comes from a Brazilian tree that's 100 feet tall, and it is pronounced copaiba. My friend Lisa and I met some people from Brazil at convention and learned that. And whatever you pair with copaiba, it's going to amplify the benefits. So by pairing deep blue with the copaiba oil, it's amplifying the benefits of deep blue. Now, we love the stick because you can apply it without getting it on your hands. We each have a stick of deep blue next to our bed. So when I go to bed, if my neck's feeling a little stiff, I can roll it on and then I don't have to get up and wash my hands before I fall asleep because I don't want to, have it on my hands and rub my eyes in my sleep. Last but not least is the Deep Blue Rub. Now, I love this lotion. I feel like it almost is a little bit more effective than the stick, which I don't know if that's true or not. Maybe it's because you can really slather it on. I love the rub for daytime. They each have their purpose in our home. We use the stick at night, don't have to get up and wash our hands, and then we have the rub for daytime use. I can always tell when my husband's going to play baseball because it smells like deep blue in our house. All right. So, some fun facts. Studies suggest that the olfactory stimulation related to aromatherapy can result in an immediate reduction in pain, as well as changing physiological parameters such as pulse, blood pressure, skin temperature, and brain activity. But how wonderful to know that it can actually help your pain. This is aromatherapy has been around for thousands of years, and it's just something that some of us are just now learning about here. Aroma Touch, which is that whole system that I told you about, it maximizes the benefits of essential oils, and it can be delivered whether you're a novice or a professional in the health field. Anybody is allowed to administer it because, again, we're not applying pressure to the body. We're not doing anything that would take certification and knowledge. Our doctor, David Hill, is one of our founders, and he brought this to light. And then lastly, our frankincense. I could go on and on about frankincense. I love our boy Frank. Comes from the Boswellia trees. These trees have been honored for centuries, and it goes on and on about the Babylonians and the I don't know how to say that word. Assyrians. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say it. Burn the tree resin in religious ceremonies and meditation. Egyptians use it for perfumes and salves for soothing the skin. The oil from the resin has been long used in Ayurvedic and traditional Chinese health practices. So, all great facts about these oils. So, what does pain and ants have in common? Neither one of them like peppermint oil. I know peppermint oil is really good for reducing pain. If you have headaches, you can put a little peppermint oil on your temples, put it on the back of your neck. It will help relieve tension. But also, like here I am recording in our camper in the backyard. It's a wonderful ant spray because the ants can't stand it. I'm sorry to say it does give them their demise, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But then like us being in our camper with having a dog here, we don't have to worry because if the dog accidentally licked a little bit of the peppermint oil on the floor, it's not going to hurt them. So, and it smells great. We're not sitting here smelling chemicals like, oh my gosh, that ant spray is so toxic. So it's wonderful. All right, we're diving more into deep blue. It's synonymous with soothing support, the CPTG essential oil blend. And again, the CPTG acronym stands for Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade. Um, Not only do we run our oils through 54 rounds of tests, 11 of them from a third party to make sure that they really are pure. We don't want them to be synthetic, which we wouldn't. We're not putting anything in ourselves. But more importantly, we don't want them to be inadvertently exposed to pesticides or any kind of contaminants that might have happened through the growing, the harvesting, through all the machinery being traveled from all over the world, shipped over here. We want to make sure they really were pure and that we're giving you something that will help your health and not hurt you. And also, too, of course, we don't adulterate the oils with any kind of cutting with other, like a coconut oil or any kind of oil like that, or switching out, like geranium is very similar than in its its composition to rose, but it's a much lower price point. So we want to make sure that when we're giving you rose, it really is rose and all of that. So you can trust the deep blue oil, you can trust the deep blue stick. Again, I love it for easy application. The deep blue lotion is so effective. And the capsules, if you're taking any over the counter aches and pains meds, any kind of ibuprofen product, please check it out. Okay, so the capsules, they combine a polyphenol extract of frankincense, turmeric, green tea, ginger, pomegranate, and grapeseed, in case you're kind of wondering what's going on with that. And then again, CPTG stands for certified pure tested grade, but I've also heard it called therapeutic grade. And the reason why I think of that is because we actually were allowed to do a control test on 100 humans for 5 years with our lavender. And at the end of the 5 years, our government deemed it therapeutic grade, not just that it was free of contaminants, but that it delivered the same therapeutic properties for the whole 5 years on a consistent basis. And the way we're able to do that with not having the manipulation of any synthetics is we harvest our lavender from 4 different countries. And our smart scientists and chemists that are at the corporate office in Utah, which I've toured 3 times, go in there and look at the variables that we can't control, such as rain and weather and all these different factors, and then they figure out how to readjust the proportions of each batch. It's amazing, you guys. I could go on forever. You to look all this up, you go to the bottom of a bottle. I don't have one handy. Oh, maybe there's one right here. You go to the bottom of a bottle and it will have a number on it. And that's the batch number. Let's see if I can make this. Yeah, you can kind of see there's some print down there. And then you go to source2u.com, and not 100% because there's a little bit of human factor in there that the farmers and the different people have to put in the information, but almost always you can go on and it will tell you where it was harvested, the date, all the nerding out for you science minded people of the composition of it and everything. And then the rub versus the stick. I've already talked about how you don't have to use your rub, wash your hands with the rub, really great for bedside. Lotions, for the stick. And then the rub is really good for daytime. All right, this is one of the last times you're going to see this pyramid out of my presentation. I like to switch up my slides every few months, but I love this pyramid. So a couple more times just for good luck. The bottom 4 are all within your control, things that you can manage. And then informed self-care is really helpful. You're doing that right now by watching this. And then make sure you have a professional. You can screenshot this if it's of interest. I'm not going to dive in too deep because I'm mindful of our time, but it's a really great pyramid. Okay, and then every Wednesday, if you're seeing this on YouTube, please come join us on a Wednesday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on down the time zones for our live espresso chat. And that way you can stay after, ask questions, kind of fun to interact live. And then the first, second, third, and fourth Wednesday, these are my Wellness Wednesdays in addition to my espresso chats. Starting in June, which is just a couple weeks from now, we'll be doing a live DIY on the first Wednesday night. Second Wednesday in the morning, we're doing an orientation for customers. Third Wednesday of the month, we'll do a live aroma yoga at night. And then fourth Wednesday in the morning, we're doing an orientation for business builders. All right, I got it all in with 28 seconds to go. If you need to reach me, screenshot this. That's my phone number for texting, my email. YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, you know it's Live Well Naturally 123. Please like and subscribe. I'm trying to build my community. And then that livewellnaturally.us is not only my website, but also my handle for Instagram and Facebook. So thanks so much. I really appreciate you taking time to hang out with me. And I look forward to seeing you next week. All right. Bye bye.